We are rolling, so this is going to be fun.
It
So I
is.
have-
Okay, so have to start with something. When did you move to Vashon?
We moved to Vashon in 1962.
Why Vashon?
Oh, because I bought a place here to retire at. I bought it in 1958, and so we was gonna. I wanted someplace to retire, and Vashon Island looked like a good place.
He wanted to live in the woods where he was raised in North Bend.
Not really.
Yes, you did, honey.
Okay.
So I understand, Jim, that you used to sell real estate.
Oh yeah, I remember Jim Balch and
No,
Vashon and
they would-
International Real Estate.
They
yeah,
wouldn't know
yeah,
him.
we
honey.
were both brokers. Jim owned the company, but I worked with him. And then I went into real estate business for myself after he went to Costa Rica. So, yeah,
And Merle Sowers.
well, Merle worked with us.
Yes.
We were all
Yeah.
worked together at one time,
Yeah.
so we branched out.
What was the real estate business like then on Vashon?
Well, it was a little more tougher than it is now. Yeah, I had Vashon Real Estate Company, and it's a good business, but you have to work at it. It's not a gimme. If you want to make money, you got to spend time on it. But it's a good business. It's a good business.
How did you choose this piece of property?
Well, my son and I used to come down and hunt pheasants on the property next to Zimdiski's up here. And when it came on the market, why I was interested in buying it for, as I say, a retirement spot. And my son I came over quite a lot and had lunch with the Zimniskis and we hunted pheasants. So
But then it was 20 acres.
it was 20 acres. That's
Yeah.
what I bought with 20 acres. Yeah. But it's been a nice piece of property.
A good life.
Whatever.
What have you loved about living here?
Well, I think for me, the peace and quiet. I don't know about her.
And the wildlife.
Oh yeah.
I love the birds and I love the thing. And I'm lucky that we got to raise our kids here and know what life is really about, not in the city.
Well,
I really love the island.
Did your kids like growing up here?
Yes. They went to school here. They went to Burton. Our son was in all kinds of sports, the youngest one. And he used to go fishing with his dad all the time.
all the time.
And we're not city people. We're country people. Yep. And wonderful people here. Met so many native people like the Shermans, Charlotte Dilly, and all those people. They were wonderful.
How did you meet them? Did you have
To
kids
a
in
garden
common,
club.
Oh, you were involved with the garden club.
Yes.
Well, she was in the garden club for a long time.
Yes, I still am the oldest member. Yeah. I'll have to tell you something. When I moved here and we built the house up there, they used to have rummage sales uptown. And there was a broken down greenhouse.
Oh, it was a glass greenhouse.
Gra-
You had to put it together.
It was only old glass, and I made a bid on it, and Jim put it up, and that was my first greenhouse. Yeah,
What did you grow?
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of vegetables.
Yeah, we did. We had big gardens.
So what has your experience been like living by the creek?
Love it.
Well, the one nice thing was that 4 times a year the different salmon run up, and that's always been a pleasure to watch. See little guys swimming up the creek. But, yeah, I think the creek's probably been the most enjoyable.
Do you remember the first time that you saw salmon in the creek?
Oh no, I've been fishing all my life.
Ah, okay.
But let me tell you, my son had the flu when they lived in the cabin, and the salmon were running like mad. And I made him get out of bed. He was 12 years old with a net because I didn't know they could come up this far. And I made him catch them and bring them up here. Nobody would have believed it. A 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
So you had your own salmon up here then, huh?
Yeah. And we had an octopus. I have a picture in there,
In the creek?
in the creek.
Well, we had a float in front of the house up there, and he came up on it, and he stayed there for quite a while. And she called the school, and the school kids came over to see him.
On the bridge.
But they don't live in fresh water, so his time was numbered.
But I'll have to tell you, when the octopus was there, his sister and Pammy, Gary had to go down to see this thing, and she kept yelling, "Gary, don't go there, he's going to eat you." Yeah. Now
So do you? How have the salmon runs changed?
Well, they've just
there
diminished.
isn't any.
They've just diminished from the time that she mentioned when you could walk across them till now. You know, they've just
We could walk
they've
across
just
them.
slowly gone downhill.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
they were
so
just thick. People used to use them for fertilizer.
What year was that?
Oh, that was what year was it?
Yeah.
Well, it started
In
when we
1962.
started here and just continued.
Yeah,
It's
and then it just diminished.
yeah, it's just slowly dried up. I'm surprised that it did, because it was so strong back then.
Well, I
But
think it
something was
was
affecting it, and I don't know what it was.
the septic systems
Whether
in
the,
Quartermaster Harbor.
Oh, not really.
Oh, yes,
I think it was
Daddy.
more the fishing come out in the
Oh, that's
out in
true.
the harbor is probably
That's true.
what helped, but I don't know.
You probably have heard of Joe Green.
Oh, everybody has.
Yeah. Well, he was one of our good friends, and our son even went fishing with him when he was 16. No, he was with Danielson, wasn't he?
It was John Danielson.
Yeah. So we've been
Yeah.
here ever since.
So
Yeah.
when did you first have contact with or start your relationship with the land trust? What was that?
Oh, that was really just this year.
No,
they were
it's been
they were
that-
down here looking around, and Tom asked me if I would be interested in selling it,
Oh,
and I
he
told-
walked up the creek.
and I told him not really. But then we got to talking about it, and the more I thought about it, the better it sounded. So I went back and told Tom I'd be willing to sell it, at a fair price. So they appraised it, and we agreed, and that's it.
What I like about it, we didn't have to have the kids fight over it. Who's going to get it? Which one would have it? This way, everybody gets to enjoy it.
So what was the arrangement then that you're staying here?
Well,
He did that.
Yeah, the arrangement that worked out with Tom was that they made the property and we could live here as long as we wanted to, as long as we were here, around.
And we could have somebody come in and help us and do everything. He was more than generous.
Yeah, it was a
He really was.
very fair deal.
He really worked with us.
So how has it been having salmon watchers wandering around and log
Well,
projects?
We haven't run into that yet. I'm waiting until they get the trail up here, and then we'll see how it is.
He's very independent. Doesn't bother me a bit.
We'll see. Time will tell.
So tell us about Kelly. When did you first meet Kelly?
When she was walking up and down the creek
Well, it's been
with
quite a
that
while
little
ago.
one on her hip.
Last year?
Yeah, yeah, and she would look for salmon, and she'd get so excited.
There was one other little girl did that too. I can't think of her name.
Bianca.
Bianca.
Yeah, she's a nice kid too.
It's nice to see there's still a generation that appreciates nature and wants to see it. Too many kids of today live in the city and they don't really know what nature is really about,
Why do you think that's important?
because that's where we come from, isn't it? And I don't think we're trying, maybe I feel that we destroy the earth too much by living there and not knowing what the earth is really about. I really feel that way.
Whatever.
Yep.
What do you hope's happening in this spot 20 years from now?
Whatever they want. I think they should keep the place, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they should have classes here to have people know what the ecology and what it's like. And I think that's the only way they're going to find it, is to live here or be taught what it's about, like we did. I think
just seems like a pretty heavy expense to tear down is all.
that's impractical. But that's what I think it should be. There's enough space in there. They can just have classes. And
We'll see.
let the young people know what it's really like.
Tom wants to turn it back to nature. That's probably what'll happen.
We don't know yet, Dad. We won't be here.
Yeah, we won't be here.
Yeah,
Well, it sure is a beautiful spot.
yeah. You know, there's so. I mean, it's good. Look out in the morning and see the deer eating the apples. Everybody else is yelling about. We don't care.
They eat
My
more.
little squirrels, they yell at me in the morning. Come on, give me some food.
Yeah, they even get mad enough to bite you, don't they?
Yes, they did.
Oh,
So, anyhow, I have to tell you, I had never seen, well, there was a fellow on the island that raised mink.
Oh, Jim Balls.
Yeah. And we had a big collie, and he got a mink caught in the window well. It was down there. Well, Jim couldn't have that, so he had to go and get him, and he built a cage for him to keep him. Well, he hated Jim. He didn't mind me, but he hated him. He'd go, ah! So we finally let him go, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't going to cooperate.
Yeah. We've had a lot of fun here.
What are your fondest memories of being on Vashon?
The people,
Yeah, people, Portsmouth Club.
yeah, like
Yeah, all the
the
people. we met with.
Dillies and the Shermans and the old timers, to know what they're really like.
Yeah, she misses the old timers because all of them are gone now.
So, how do you describe them? What was special about them?
Friendliness. They wanted to do everything together. Nobody was in competition. They just were a giving group. Very giving. And they just did for one another. Now it wasn't then how much money you had or if you had the best or anything else. I mean, it was a togetherness. Yep. Those people are wonderful. Gene Sherman is one of them, right?
Oh, yeah, Gene's a nice fellow.
Yeah. So that's something the city is too busy for people to know. They're in condos and they don't know, rush, rush, rush.
We've had several people when we've been doing these interviews talk about how coming out onto trails or properties slows them down.
It's good for them. They don't know what it's like to slow down. They want to rush all the time. Or they want to have so many activities, they don't know what life is really about. Yeah. And our kids were growing that way.
Do you think some of that's still on Vashon?
Do what?
Do you think Vashon still has some of the
Yes, I do.
here and
But we're losing it. because, as I said, there's too much money. Too big of a place like the one down in Quartermaster, you know, and you know the little houses next door, and he isn't even enjoying it. He's a disc jockey. He's in Europe, and here's his house. It's a show place. No,
Whatever.
we love it, don't we?
Yep.
And I love the people I met. The people I met are wonderful. Yep. I've lost most of my friends now, but good memories. And you're close. Your neighbor isn't a stranger. Yeah, like that little squirrel going on the tree. You're interrupting me.
Michael, do you have some questions?
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
But it's maybe this stuff we've gone over already. But when you speak of the land, you have this tone in your voice of I want to call it reverence.
It is.
Well,
Where does that come from?
yeah. I think we just appreciate it. It's all.
Like I say, when you live in a city, you don't have the feeling of nature around. Everything is being torn down, or it's just getting too big, and you don't know anybody, or you don't have the togetherness that you will have on an island. And we have met wonderful people here, haven't we, Dad?
Oh, lots of them.
Can you remember, Elaine? Can you remember any kind of times where you stood in the edge of the creek or you looked out over your land and it just seemed like magic?
It still does.
Yeah,
It still does.
I sure miss not seeing the fish coming up the creek. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Because I used to walk my little pup across there every morning and listen to them splashing and watch them
I know.
swimming up the creek. No more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully we'll get that back.
It's good to see that art building coming in. But I can say hardly it doesn't belong there.
Oh, don't get into
No.
something that's none of your business.
Now, this is a place to express all your feelings and your views. It's not just for the land.
Not really.
How about this whole notion of you're legally transferring your what is it called what you're doing?
You kept the life estate in the
Life
property.
estate or something? I was just wondering if it gave you any peace of mind to be dealing with the land trust collective.
Very much so.
Well,
Can you say that? Can you actually say that? Like it gives me peace of mind? Or?
yeah, I think dealing with the land trust gives you a peace of mind in the fact that you got an agreement that's set in concrete and you can rely on it. I think that's probably the best way to put it. And I feel I got a fair deal of it.
More than that.
And you trust the land trust people?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. They've been more than fair. Nice people.
Tom has gone overboard, and what he put in that contract, that we could stay here as long as we wanted to. If we needed help, we could have that. If we wanted a pet, we could have that. He was very good about everything. Everything.
Whatever.
What do you feel about the future of land on Vashon? And I mean, are you hopeful that there is a future that we can all enjoy the land?
Oh, I'm sure there.
I hope they can buy more and keep it.
Well,
Not just let it go into.
there is a limit.
Yeah, but there's, honey, the people we know who have given it to.
Well, I know. Well, we'll see how it works
Yeah.
out.
I hope there is more land that is kept. for everybody to enjoy. So, like we do.
Yeah, okay.
Our kids like it.
End the conversation.
Or as Jim would say, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
That's right.
Whatever.
That's right. Yeah. When I see the little kids with Kelly and her taking them up the creek, I think that's a wonderful education for those kids. They couldn't get that in town.
That was going to be my question to you, which was when you think about people coming to your property and they have access to going up the creek and learning about all that you know about, what does that mean to you? Is that important? And what
Yes, it is.
what's
It is to
important
me.
about it?
The only thing is, these are private individual.
Well, not
I mean,
really
from the
here.
future, yes. I think people should know about it. A lot of kids don't even know there's salmon in a creek. You know, they don't even know about the birds or anything else. And to see them, you know, like my little birds migrate, you know, that's where my window is inside, my hummingbirds, any kind of birds. How many kids see that in a city?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Right, Dan?
I guess.
He isn't a bird lover like me.
Oh, yeah, I love the birds. I just don't sit and watch them all the time like you do.
Well, I can't do much anymore. At 90, I'm about ready to sit for a while.
Yep.
We're lucky that we lived this long. And I think this is one of the reasons why we live this long, is where we live. I really do. Because all my friends have lived a long life. And that's good.
You think being close to nature and
Yes.
in a natural environment,
Yes.
Fresh air.
fresh air, clean water.
Yes.
Do you have any memories of this place in winter?
In winter.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, we had a few experiences with it in the wintertime, but
We've seen this creek froze over.
yeah. I had my
We-
water system freeze up.
Yeah, we had, before we had our own, from King County 19, we ran our water down into a
Well,
barrel.
I had my own water system.
Yeah.
I still have it. I just shut it down because I can't take care of it anymore. And I just use King County. But that all froze up one winter when I was in Costa
that
Rica.
barrel was completely froze solid. I mean, it's, how big is it, honey?
1,000 gallon.
1,000 gallons. It was solid ice.
It's a big chunk of ice.
Yeah. It was cold here.
How about in the spring? Let's just go around the seasons. What do you remember about the spring here?
The spring?
Yeah.
Well, there isn't too much
Oh,
to remember about the spring. It just flows good in the wintertime and not so good in the summer. But it's a nice little spring. Most of the time it runs the year round.
no, he means the creek.
No, I meant,
Oh, you mean the
I meant
creek?
the season, the spring season.
Oh, the spring season.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love the spring.
we have 4 distinct seasons, and
Yeah.
spring is probably the best of the 4. But
When
Right.
did the salmon run? When is that?
when do they run?
Yeah.
Oh, from about another month from now for about 3 or 4 months.
Or longer than that.
Well, they diminish after a while.
Yeah, I guess so, honey.
And what do you remember about summers here?
Oh,
Our grandkids love it.
well, when I used to put fish in my pond, my grandkids were down here fishing all the time. That was nice. But
And the beauty of
yeah,
it.
the only problem with that was that we had a couple of otter families that wanted more of the fish than I got, so they'd come in there and clean me out. The last time I planted 350 trout in there, I never got a one of them. They got them all.
We haven't seen otters so lately.
What?
We haven't seen otters.
No, we haven't. Well, there's no fish in the creek.
No.
There's no fish in the pond anymore. I just let the pond go to
It's a
pot.
good place for kids to be in the summer.
Yeah.
And then the last season, which we're right on the cusp of it right now, which is the fall.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's a beautiful time of year with the color leaves and everything changing. It's pretty. I love it, all the seasons. Even my little hummingbirds stay in the wintertime when it's snow. As long as they know I feed them, they're there. I've got pictures of them. And they know they're going to get fed.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Is there something about the land trust that you could say that helps to continue what is important to you about being in the country? Is there something that is connected there, do you think?
Well, because they appreciate nature and they
Well-
want people to enjoy it. And they don't want people just to take over the land to build and do that. Everybody can enjoy what nature is about. And the land trust is trying by getting the land and doing it. Yeah. Too much is commercialized, like I say, too much money. And people don't know what it's really like.
Could be.
And Tom's doing a good job. And so are you, Julie. I won't forget you. By the way, I want to get some more brochures.
Are we about through?
Would you stop it, honey?
Well, we've been an hour.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go in and sit down.
What are you doing now?
Okay. Whatever.
So Jim, tell me about when you were born.
When I was
Remember
born?
when you were born?
No, I don't
Let's go way
remember.
back.
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't have that good a memory.
We'll make it up.
Well, tell them how many brothers and sisters you had.
4 brothers and 3 sisters.
And he was raised in North Bend, up by Snoqualmie.
Yeah, he just put chains on Snoqualmie Pass when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
And they had to walk all the way down to North Bend?
no.
No.
We had a school bus.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You're
your
not-
brother
You're
drove.
not going to walk 6 miles.
No. But
Maybe you answered this, and I don't recall, but how did you discover Vashon, or how did Vashon discover you?
Well,
You can answer to Erica.
I was looking at real estate mainly. I've always been interested in real estate. And so I came to Vashon, and I liked the island, and I liked the real estate on the island because it was a little more secluded than in Seattle. And I bought quite a few pieces of property from Polly Dow. She was a sweetheart. She was an old gal that would go out hiking in the woods with me to look at property. Yeah, that was a good experience.
you wanted to live in the woods.
Well, not necessarily live in the woods, but I like raw land as opposed to
You
building.
hear my little squirrels squawking?
And Elaine, do you remember your first experience when you came to Vashon? And for some people, they talk about, I set foot on the island and suddenly I felt I was home. For
Well,
me,
let
when
me
I-
tell you, now he's going to get upset about
Yeah,
this.
you're
No, never
you're on-
mind.
You're on the
No.
move here now. Don't do it.
And they don't be quiet. We lived in Bellevue and we sold the place right away and we had to move over. Our oldest boy, Gary, loved old cars. He had a DeSoto and he had a, what was the other one?
Don't remember.
The truck, Model T.
No, it wasn't
Anyhow,
the Model T.
so when we moved over, we had to do it. And we had to move the kids with that. We had the truck with the furniture. Oh, criminy. Gary, the 2 boys were in a car. And and Pammy was in the truck with her dad, and the car wouldn't go up the hill. So I said, okay, so I threw Pammy, no, Pammy was in the car. So I threw Pammy in the truck with you, got in the truck with the boys. One of the boys had to work the pedals because it didn't go up the hill. We had 2 cats, and I threw one over one shoulder and one over the other shoulder to Jim and told him to take them back, didn't I, Dad?
You say so.
He's not going to admit it, but it is the truth. We had an experience moving over. And then we didn't have any place to put the furniture, so we had a big old tent.
Yep.
We put the furniture in it.
Yep.
We had a lot of experiences with the kids moving. Yeah.
Okay. Are we through now?
Would you,
Okay.
Dad, would you Shushton?
We've been here for an hour.
Shushton, you know that is, don't you?
Shushton.
Yeah, from Norway. Shushton. When my grandparents used to go at me, they say, "Now, honey, Shushton." Other birds, be quiet.
Whatever.
Jim, do you want me to help you?
No, I'm fine.
He can walk.
I can make
Okay,
it.
let me unhook you before you walk away.
Oh, okay.
Take your cane. Go in between. I hope we help you.
Oh, you are. You're wonderful. And you pull this through.
I guess when you're 90 and 95.
Oh, there we go. Feel the cold. Yeah. Embrace it. There you go. Now you're free.
You want me to help you with yours?
No,
Okay.
I'm still okay.
Okay. Alrighty.
You want
here,
the,
you got your little
yeah,
battery pack.
right.
Don't lose your battery pack.
Your battery. Look at you. You're battery operated.
Battery operated Elaine.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Thank you for your interest.
Oh my gosh, I've been listening to you guys for a long time.
Yeah,
It really is
yep.
nice to know about things we don't know.
No,
Such an odd thing.
right. She's sure a help.
I know.
You talk about how generous Tom has been, and you both have been just as generous.
Oh,
I mean, the idea of what you've done and
yeah.
preserving this place is really beautiful.
And it's meant a lot to us to see it stay this way.
Yeah.
It really has.
Well, you're always very gracious about all of
Okay.
coming over and tromping around and asking you
through your house
questions and
Anytime.
Okay.